my friends, to now. That's a fact. Let me take just a moment to enlarge upon now. That's a fact. Why do I come on each time from this perspective? Now is all the time we ever really have. For me, now means no other way. Then that stands for taking heed, always thinking spiritually for those who can handle being spirit beings, and then soberly for those who cannot. So now, no other way. That's taking heed, always thinking spiritually. A fact. There's a certain amount of integrity in facts and in truths. So, a fact, action, feedback, adjustment, clarity, truth. Now that's a fact. See, when we're handling business, when we're moving in the present moment and being present in the moment, that we might get the greatest amount of traction, the greatest amount of momentum, and make the maximum amount of progress. We need to deal in fact. We need to deal in truth. Somebody somewhere said, "Ye shall know the truth, and the truth you know shall make you free." So I'm back at it. So let's get down to business. I just wanted to kind of make you aware of why we're dubbed, if you will. Now that's a fact. Never allow life situations to run you up a tree, like a cat being chased by a menacing dog, or like my grandmother used to tell me when I was a youth, and I would do something and then I was ashamed of my actions. She said, Why are you sitting there looking like a possum when a dog trees him or run him up a tree?" So when you do things that cause you embarrassment, maybe you would have been better off thinking before acting, having a clear and precise strategy and plan of action. Here I go again. Those that fail to plan ultimately plan to fail. So again, never allow life situations to run you up a tree, like a cat being chased daily by a menacing dog. Instead, declare, "I shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water." Just like a tree, as I grow taller, I grow deeper. A tree is one of the few things that grows up and down at the same time. So just like a tree, I grow taller, but while I'm growing taller, guess what? My roots are going down deep, giving me real stability. So when the winds of life blow, I can handle the wind, I can handle the pressure. So just like a tree, I grow taller as I grow deeper. As I gain volume, I bear fruit. As I bear fruit, I generate and produce seed. As I generate and produce seed, it promotes and prepares me for future growth and future expansion. And I create opportunities for others to expand and to evolve also. My branches reach out to others as support, and my leaves provide shade of influence and covering for all those that would dare be in its sphere and its scope of influence. My strength is in my growth and development. When I'm cut or pruned, I gain volume and I regenerate and reproduce more abundant fruit. So even when my enemies come in and break off my branches or snatch fruit from my life, I'm okay because it's only making me better. It's expanding me. It's strengthening me. It is increasing me that I live a life of abundance. I thank God for my haters because they are fuel and free exposure. See, people who know you can discuss you. People who don't know you simply talk about you. They guesstimate. I'm not overly consumed by either premise because to thine own self be true. I know who I am and I know whose I am. My strength is in my growth and development. My proof of concept is in the fruit that I bear, and in its consistency and its quality, even in its quantity. So I advocate strongly quantity over quality. My bark is not too rough, nor is it hostile. It's indicative of my healthiness and mental sobriety and emotional intelligence and mental toughness. I don't hide. The more I grow, the more I show up. My roots are huge and healthy, so I cannot be easily dug up, nor uprooted, nor easily supplanted. I stay grounded as I rise higher and higher. I will not go unnoticed. My relevance has to be respected, and it is often emulated. I shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water. Never, ever let life situations chase you up a tree. Instead, become that tree of life. Now, that's a fact. No other way. Taking heed, always thinking spiritually, action, feedback, adjustment, clarity, truth. What we must begin to understand is as we grow and as we show, we go. We go to new levels. We go to new realms. We go to new dimensions. We open up new possibilities. We open up new avenues. We open up new ventures. As a man thinks in his heart, so is he. As a man thinks in his mind, so shall he be. You will never go beyond your thoughts. You will never grow, expand, nor achieve beyond that's pondered in your heart. I'm not talking about that cardiovascular muscle that moves blood around and throughout the body via arteries and veins. I'm talking about the mind, which is the seat of a man's will, his intellect, and his emotions. But have emotional intelligence. I always say, practice not leading with your emotions. There's a difference between being very passionate and leading with your emotions. Anytime your emotions are in the driver's seat, you're about to become very reckless. You're about to become very, very dangerous because our emotion, our heart, lies to us. We think people who are not even thinking about us don't like us. We make the mistake of thinking people who do give us regard and respect are not really uh, treating us with the due respect. But real respect is self-respect. Whatever you believe about you, guess what? You're right. Again, don't say what you don't want. Speak truth to power. Speak truth to error. What are you talking about? Truth to power means I'm only going to say those things about me that the Creator has said about me. Speaking truth to error is I'm going to say to myself, when I've made errors, when I've made mistakes, when I've seen something very abstractly or very vaguely, I'm going to seek for greater clarity, and then I'm going to adhere to the clarity that I discovered. Make it a point never to lie to yourself. I share this. One thing about lying to yourself, you'll never catch you in a lie. It defeats the purpose of having lied in the first place. So to thine own self be true. Again, speak truth to power. And just like Nike says, just do it already. I mean, you out here doing things anyway. How about do those things that are positive, that are productive, that are paramount to what you're endeavoring towards, to your success, to your expansion, to your growth, to your development, to your being empowered to empower others. Hurt people. Empowered people empower people. How many choices is that? That's one choice because you can't genuinely be sold out to one and the other at the same time. So give this some thought, meditate over it, muse over it. Don't be a menace. Remember, be careful what you allow to come out of your mouth in terms of confession. Remember, your mouth can be your misery or your miracle. Speak those things that are not as though every word, and guess what? They'll show up. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence, the manifestation of things not seen. You can speak it into existence just by consistent self-affirmation. Here are my 5 affirmations of power. I believe God, it is well, all is well, it is so, and so it is in Jesus' name. Now that's a fact. No other way, taking heed, always thinking spiritually, action, feedback, adjustment, clarity,